Okay, so we're going to be recording this as well as this. Go live. This, which really should be your job. Welcome, welcome to Spirit Talks. Spirit Talks on December 7th. And we're just going to give it a few minutes. We're going to give it just a few minutes for people to join us before we begin our meditation and Spirit Talks. So I am on Facebook Live as well as Marco Polo, and I think that we did the music. We got the music exactly where we needed it to be, but I just want to make sure that everybody. Oh, I got a thumbs up. I don't know who's here. There's somebody watching on Facebook. Whoever's on Facebook, if you could just let me know if the music's okay for you. More people will be joining us soon. And on Marco Polo, I think that we're all good. So if somebody can let me know, and we'll give it just about another minute and we'll begin. So how is the music on Facebook? Can you hear me, and can you hear the music? Oh, thank you, Sean. I'm so glad you're here, dear sweet love. It's been too long, right? Too long since we've seen each other. I see all of the beautiful things that you're doing. It's a little loud, okay? So let's just go ahead and reduce that down just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Hi, Kelly. Okay, you can hear me. Is the music any better? I'm so glad that you're here, Kelly, with us. All right. Beautiful. We're getting thumbs up across the board. So I want you to go ahead and find yourself a comfortable place. Okay? Comfortable place that you can sit. And let's go ahead and lift our fleshy parts up on the bum so that the sit bones can firmly root into the earth. Welcome, Dylan. So glad you're here. And sit. I want you to go ahead and just give your abdominal region a gentle hug to the midline, as if your abdominals are wrapping around your center and giving a gentle squeeze. You're going to lift the lower rib cage up off of your pelvic girdle, so you're creating space between the last rib head and your pelvic bone. The chin is in neutral position. The shoulders are out of the ears. The clavicles are spread. There's a slight pinch in between the scapula of the shoulder blades. And go ahead and rock just to tilt your hips just a little bit forward so you have just a little slight arch in your low back. Beautiful. Close your eyes and bring all of your awareness to your breath. I want you to go ahead and create a thumb and your index finger and just touch the tips of the thumb and the index finger together. Just like this. And then I just want you to open your hands up and lay them on your thighs. So the palms are facing up. And as you breathe in through the nose, just feel what it feels like for the air, the breath of life to flow right through your nostrils, your nasal cavities, down through the back of your throat. Pay really close attention to the way the abdominal region expands, the belly protrudes outward as you continue to inhale, and the upper lobes of the lungs begin to feel your chest widens. Till you can't accept one more piece, not even a sip of air. And then gently and softly hold there for just a moment before you begin to exhale. And as you exhale, begin to let go of your thoughts, your concerns and your worries. Just blowing them away gently and softly until you're fully empty and you can't press out one more molecule of air, and then hold in this void space, this space of emptiness, before again you begin to inhale. And as you inhale, I want you to think about pulling up your internal energy gently and softly, not forcefully, but just allowing it to move up the spine, as if you could picture seeing a golden light moving from the base of your spine up, all the way up through the heart, through the throat, all the way up to the top of the head. And then again, just gently exhale. And as you exhale, feel that golden light move down your spine now. That energy just moving down the spine. And this time go a little bit lower than your base of your spine, as if you're reaching out through your sit bones, rooting into the earth. And as you inhale, pulling up all of that energy gently and softly now through the sit bones, coming all the way up. And as you exhale this time, I want you to press that energy up as if you're reaching upwards, reaching towards the sun. Keeping the heart space open. The state of the mind is the state of the breath. If your breath is shallow, your mind is busy. Just for today, just for this moment, just for this now time. Follow your breath into that long space where the breath is long and eloquent. And each time you inhale, you just feel yourself as if you're reaching up towards the sun. And now as you exhale, feel all of that sun return to you, all that beautiful light moving in through the crown of the head, feeling up the mind space, moving down the spine. You feel that beautiful energy, that warmth, filling up every single one of your cells. You feel it running through your veins. You feel it running even through your muscles, the fibers in your muscles. And as this light fills you, it's awakening a deeper sense, a deeper place, allowing all of your senses to enhance and expand. And as you exhale, you allow yourself to settle into this space, feeling that light moving through you. And this light brings a great sense of peace and of love. And your mind's eye, give your imagination permission to paint us a picture. See yourself resting on the side of a beautiful mountaintop. The birds are singing, and as you listen, you begin to hear that faint heart song from long, long ago, rising up in your heart space. And it's rising up, you feel it with this sense of warmth and tingling in the center of the chest, and it begins to grow with every breath. It's as if your heart song is responding to the sounds of the birds, almost like a call and response, awakening your spirit. And as you exhale, you feel all of that energy moving through you softly and gently, filling you up. Allow this energy to still you and quiet you into that place where peace and calmness flows like a gentle river flowing through you. Exhaling and allowing yourself again to just bask in this beautiful energy of peace and love. Every single breath, deepening your awareness. And when you're ready, open your eyes with a soft gaze. And look up and towards the origination of the nose, the bridge of the nose. Now this might hurt your eyes for just a moment, but just for a moment, just this space right here between your brows. And close your eyes again. Don't strain the eyes. Keeping your awareness. Towards the center of the brow. Tinkashala, Wakatonka Mahio. Creator of all things big and small. We come together as a group today to learn and to explore ourselves, to get to know ourselves in a deeper way. And Creator, as we raise up towards you, we reach for you with our energy. We ask that you guide us. As we get soft and still, let us hear you in our breath. Let us see ourselves in each other. As we give thanks for being together, we ask that your Spirit flow among us and through us. Awaken us to that part of ourselves that was created long, long, long ago. The seat of the soul that is connected to you always. And as we connect with this energy, we just allow it to flow through us. To guide us and to teach us and to help us to remember. As we breathe together as one, filling our bellies and our hearts, we also fill all of our energy with you. And we begin to hear the questions of our soul. Those deep, yearning, heated questions that we seek the answers. We give thanks and gratitude. Amen. Aho Mitakoyasin. So, there are many questions that have been burning for a long time in your soul. In that still place that is connected to the Creator of all things. Some become distracted, and instead of asking their burning soul's desire, they ask from that part of themselves that is linked directly to the lower mind. You could even say to the lower energy centers within your physical form. We begin to ask questions from sometimes a place of lack or scarcity or fear or desire, but not right desire, not pure desire, but selfish desire. And that place of selfish desire resides with the ego and the ego mind, and the ego thoughts and the ego belief patterns. As you hold your question in your heart space, you're pulling it up and then that question deepens because it has to flow through the heart energy. We are ready. So we have a question.
First question. When I am working on changing a pattern of behavior, I set my new intentions and begin correction. I find that it is hard to maintain the new direction and sometimes even backslide into the old behavior. What are the best things I can do to overcome the sabotage of the ego so I can move forward?
That's a really good question. But first, we feel like we need to share some information to get to the full point, we're going to give this in an analogy. So the analogy is that you get in your car every day to go to a destination. Most people are going to a destination of work. And let's think that your driveway is not concrete or asphalt, but it is dirt and grass. And so you get in your car and you go to work every day the same way. Every day. Every day through the rain, the weather, the heat, the cold, the dew, the humidity, all of these environmental, elemental changes. So you get into the car, the automobile, every day. One day, you decide that you don't want to back the car out. You wish to go forward. Now, every day for the last 5 years, 10 years, you've driven one way. 3 years, 1 year. Is it easy to push the car into the new direction, or do you need to have a lot of energy to push it? Because, again, we remind you, you've been pulling to the same place, you've been backing out. The rain makes the soil damp. You created tire places, ruts, so to speak. But you came right back in, and there's no issue. But now you're trying to change the trajectory, the direction in which you've been making these tracks in the mud, in the rain. So it's much more difficult, wouldn't you agree, to get the car to go forward, since when it rains, if you've been stopping in the same area, those tire prints go down, down, down. So there's going to be kind of a wall here. Depends how far the car has sunk, right? Think of this as your thoughts. So your thoughts create a pathway. Negative thoughts, positive thoughts, don't discriminate. It creates a pathway. So if you've been in a belief pattern or a thought process for any extended amount of time, you have created your own rut. So then you have a different thought. You choose to consciously have a different thought. Now, the first is the choice to have a different thought, because this is going to take effort. You've been having the same pattern play for a long time. Now we're going to change it up. So here's the path. The path is here. Here's your new thought. You begin to think, let's say, a negative thought, and you are going to work on negative thinking. You're going to consciously decide to have a more positive thought. But here is where our tendency has been to think for the last however many years, or believe. Now you come here for a positive thought, but you slide back into the rut because it's pulling you into the rut, because your tires have to now come all the way up on a brand new place, fully grounded and not naturally on the edge where you're going to slide back in. So when you have a new thought pattern, now you've created an intention of what you wish, what you want, what you desire. And you begin to fall back into the rut of things. The fastest way is simply to take note. Simply take note that you're backsliding. Witness it. As if you're looking at yourself, but outside of yourself, looking at yourself. Now disconnect from the emotion. So almost feel like you could even think of placing someone you've never seen there. You have no desire to take care of the person. You have no ulterior distraction, thoughts, emotions. So this person that you're watching that happens to be you, you're seeing they're making the effort, the intention is good. They're making the effort to have a different thought or belief pattern. So we must break open and fully come into consciousness. Fully into consciousness when we're stepping out of that new paradigm. Is this making sense? This is when we want to see you. So we can see the recognition in your energy. So you're watching yourself, put the effort, but you see that you're sliding. Now, this person here that is witnessing this can see where the rut is going to catch the tire and pull you back in. But because you're right on top of it, you can't see this. So you slide back, or you take 2 steps back. What is that saying? 1 step forward, 3 steps back. You take 3 steps back. But if you're witnessing it, you're learning something. It's when you're not paying attention that the experience doesn't deliver the lesson. Is this making sense? So the fastest way is to become a witness. Witnessing when the old paradigm, the old belief pattern, the old thought pattern is creeping back in. Every time. As you witness it, now it takes more effort because you've witnessed it. Now, to create a new rut, we must create a new thought, a new belief, something to create more positive ruts of where we want to go, where our evolutionary desire lies. In other words, we want to drive our own vehicle, this being our vehicle, so you want to be the driver. So we're going to create a new rut. So you find that you've become aware of it, then you create a new thought. If it was a negative thought, if it's negative thoughts that are your nemesis, how many of you are battling with negative thoughts? Be honest. I know you're sitting in your pajamas and nobody's in front of you, but just for the heck of it, raise your hand. You're battling with negative thoughts. You see something on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram or on, I don't know, all the different televisions, you know. So how can you be the fastest if you're eating junk? How can you be the fastest? How can you do the most if you're eating junk? Now we're using a metaphor here. Eating doesn't necessarily mean eating with your mouth. Anything that you're consuming, eyes, ears, you're listening, you're seeing, and even the food, because it affects the temple, which affects the spirit, because the spirit is housed in the temple. So now you've become a witness. You've created a new thought or a new belief. So you're repeating that almost as a mantra, a little. It took effort, and then you sit with it. How can you best integrate it if you don't sit with it and open to it? So I create a new belief, a new thought. Well, I've had this old belief for a long time, and that became our comfort level, so to speak. Your comfort level, my comfort level. There's a part of us that owns it. There's a part of us that identifies ourselves through that, whatever that thought pattern or belief pattern is. And so even when we're really, 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 really ready to let it go, we can hold on to it because there's still a part of us that identify ourselves with it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So if you're identifying with it in any way, the way you'll realize you're identifying with it is to sit with it. Open your energy to it because you've had this other thought or this other belief for how long? You know everything about that belief. You know how it feels. You know how it feels when you really want to use it to beat yourself up. You know how it feels. You know everything about it. It's been with you for a long time. Now you're having a new thought, a new belief. Now you're getting to know that energy and allowing that energy to imprint and impress on your energy. That wave to integrate within your wave, your energetic print, so to speak, like a fingerprint. So you're allowing those waves to come together. And those waves influence each other. So as you dig in this new thought, this new belief, as you sit in it, as you steep in it like a tea, it creates the deepening of that pathway. I believe this completes the answer. Yes, beautiful. So we wish to take a trajectory from this question to deepen just a little bit more. Right now, this planet, the three-dimensional world in which exists the 3D network of the planet, the Earth, and all that it is made of, and on this plane, is going through a large amount of shifts and changes in a very short period of time. Think of quantum mechanics. Think of synergy. So it's being changed, transformed, or transmuted quickly. This is causing some dissonance in people's energetic constructs. They're finding it more difficult to stay in their center, to stay in the place of calmness and peace. There are new belief patterns that are being created every day in a positive way. some of the humans, creatures, including some of you here now, are coming left of center or right of center. You're not being able to hold your calm place. And some of the humans that are here are becoming agitated, aggressive, assertive. They're looking for fights, disagreements, misunderstandings, creating drama. Do you wish to be a part of the solution? Or unconsciously a part of the issue? The influence of your own energy print, and we just spoke about prints, fingerprints, imprints, energetic prints, influences what's going on. Your energy, it is not being fully utilized to its most highest potential to bring peace and love and calmness. We know you hear this. We know you know this. We see the recognition within you. You know this to be factual and be true, but it's easy to fall back into the pathway, the rut of the anger, the fear, the frustration, the aggravation, the holy crap, I want to shake the shit out of some people and wake them up. What is going on? You know, that part of you. You know, that part of you. When your energy moves in that way, it creates more of that same vibration. Now, this happens all the time, not just now, but because it's so amplified, because synergistically, the waves that are coming in from the great cosmos, from the greatest expansiveness of everything that ever was, is, or will be. Because the speed is moving very quickly for the transformation and change. Every thought. Are you in the new paradigm, or are you in the old? Are you holding on to what feels comfortable to you because it's your comfort zone? Some of you are, and we're asking you. You are an active player on the great cosmic screen. Will you take ownership of the new paradigm so that the print that you leave is positive, it's peaceful, it's calm, it's loving, it's kind, it's gentle? We know, Sean, you are very out of your comfort zone. But isn't that where the growth occurs so quickly, is when you're out of your comfort zone? Sometimes it takes pain for the greatest change to occur. This is not because we choose this. This is because you choose this. We ask you, will you take ownership of that, responsibility of that, and stay in the new paradigm where there is no space for fear, for anger, for control. There's no space. Before, you could sit on your laurels a little. Now, we ask you, will you step forward and create peace and love and kindness and beauty? Such beauty. Make a different choice. We love you. You love. You know who we speak to. It is touching your heart and opening your mind. In discomfort, there is the great cosmic speck of creation. May you walk in bliss. May peace follow you everywhere you step. May Mother Earth rise to every step you take upon her body. May your power core, your heart, the spiritual heart, burst into 1,000 suns, bringing forth love, unconditional, full, and beautiful, just like you. We love you.